You be testing God's protection over you. And it came to a point where I had to like sit down by myself and reevaluate my life. Like, what is you doing? What are you doing out here? Like, it's going to come to a point where you either going you either gonna get hurt, you gonna die, or something bad is gonna happen that you can't come back from because you keep on playing in the devil face. Do that make sense? You gonna play in the devil face, and there's gonna be something that you gonna say yes to. It's gonna be that one thing you gonna say yes to because you think you can do that because when I say test after test after test after test after test, and not only was I learning discernment, but I was learning self-worth, self-value. Over the whole story, it'd just be like, you was building trust the whole time, and I didn't know it because I didn't want to see it, or I didn't want to ask, or I didn't believe. You and I don't know about anybody else. I can only speak about me. I would pray and things would happen. I would get prayers answered, but didn't know that they were being answered. I felt like I was I was punching and I was missing. That's what it felt like. Baby, the prayers is they're not reaching. They're not going past the ceiling. They not. They can't be because this ain't what I prayed for. You be so in disbelief about things like because you ain't never had no relationship with God before because you ain't never seen it. You never paid attention to it. I ain't gonna say you never seen it. You never paid attention. Let's talk about like you never paid. What was you looking at? Something else. Not knowing that all that time your prayer was being answered. Not knowing that all this time it was drawing you closer. Not knowing all this time it was building trust. Trust between who? You and God. You still confused, baby. I got you. Hold on. Because you taking too long to learn. I'm gonna sit you down and I'm gonna put you in a place where can't nobody get you out of. Because you can't depend on nobody but yourself. You need to seek me and find out who you are. I hope I'm making sense. I hope I'm speaking to you. I hope that I'm speaking to you. Somebody gonna find this video. And I hope that you find it helpful. I hope you find it helpful. You're gonna come out and you're gonna figure out who you are in God. And this world is not gonna make sense the way it used to. You're gonna look at a lot of things different. I didn't know that I was learning all of these lessons now because remember, I wouldn't read the Bible. I wouldn't read the Bible, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm reading it now. When I opened it up, all the lessons low key in there. I opened up the Bible after I said the prayer, and it was saying how I can't even remember what verse it was. First Kings. I can't remember what chapter, but I was told to go to verse 23. 23. It was saying how, okay, this is my interpretation. I don't know what they was doing before because I didn't read the whole chapter. I told you I went to verse 23. So to place, I guess they had two cows or two calves or two something, and they were going to see how God answered. Like the validity. It was the validity of God. Okay? Let me show you how you be praying to something and it won't answer. They marched around their altar praying for their God to come. Okay? They were praying. Then they start mutilating themselves. Then they start giving the grains. And it said, what do you say? The true God will answer through the fire or something like that. Okay? Then He took his cow or his calf and he placed it. And when he prayed, God came down. You got to believe that, and the trust got to be there between you and God. So it got to be intimate. That's my advice to you. Take the time. Take the time to figure out what God sound like. Take the time to figure out what you sound like. Take the time to figure out what other things sound like, so you can discern what you're hearing when you're hearing it. Now this ain't even. I just wanted to share that with y'all. That was that was my little rant. That was a rant. It was a rant. But I hope that I helped somebody.